Hi everybody, this is Fi, and I am going to check out a game I've already played, which is Guncat, and this is actually a slightly more recent version than the one I played in the last video that I made of this. This is it's still an early demo, part of AGDG Demo Day 13, but the developer mentioned to me that they had released a slightly updated version that had some balance tweaks and stuff, and I felt like giving it a shot again, so I thought I'd just make another video, and probably won't be as long as the last one. I just kind of wanted to give it a quick run through and just kind of see what happens. Maybe see if I can get a little further in it, and so I'm already a little familiar with this, but see if we can notice any changes. Alright, so this guy is... Whoops. I noticed they react a little bit slower, which is definitely a good thing. I also noticed that, alright, that guy just went through the wall, or this door, I guess it is. This happened in the last video. I didn't notice it until I watched the video back again, but they can go through that, so that's a bit of a bug apparently, because obviously it's a solid object here, it's supposed to be. I do notice that these guys, they appear to be very slow until they attack you, and then they kind of just zoom. It seems a little like it's giving the wrong impression, I guess, in a sense. So I feel like they come across as slow, but then they go really fast, and it kind of throws you off. And I'm not sure what I think about that. So I don't know if that's something that can be gotten across better, or maybe have them accelerate a little, or you know, just make them appear consistent. I'm gonna try this again. It seems like these. Alright, yeah, so I can use both both weapons at the same time now, so that's a huge improvement already. That's one of the big complaints I had about the last version. Where's that key? Okay. Key goes in. Alright, so this guy... Oh wow, look at that. Speedrun strats. Oh, this is cool. I'm sure this isn't intended, but it's actually really fun. And I'm really enjoying this part. I don't know, maybe they put that there just for that. I think not, but that kind of, I don't know. That felt a lot cooler. This actually gives me an idea, and I'm just idea guying here. But if you put little secrets in the game like this that create maybe divergent paths you can take through a level, that would probably be really rewarding for the player, just because it feels cool to have options, and also, you know, just to find secrets and stuff like that. So it's just an idea that pops into my head. I'm gonna try and actually kill this guy. He looks a little different than he used to. I think he used to be colored or something, and now he looks glowy, and he seems to freeze a bit faster. He doesn't turn around quite as fast, so it seems more manageable already. This thing still launches you really far, so you have to be very careful. I'm guessing it doesn't... Oh shoot. So he's still pretty tricky, but... Didn't take too many hits to kill him though. So yeah, it definitely feels a little more manageable than last time. And this thing is just staying here. I don't think it's supposed to do that, but I don't know, maybe it is. I think I had a thought that kind of got lost in the mix here. I don't remember what I was thinking. Alright, so this guy's, they're not right next to the door again, so that's nice. I don't know, are they like avoidable? I didn't really try I couldn't actually tell if that even hit me. I wasn't paying attention to my life meter. I didn't see a visual hit effect, so I kind of suspect it didn't. I'm just gonna test these out just for the sake of... Alright, that did hurt me. I feel like the visual element of getting hurt, whatever you want to call that, could probably be a little clearer, just to make it so you can't really not notice ever. you can definitely tell when you're looking for it, and there is a little bit of a sound effect. It's just slight, but it's there, so it's certainly not that bad. But you know, I like to have things like that just be very clear. And this guy, I think you have to jump to hit that, right? And I don't know why that missed. It's like I'm holding the mouse right on there. I believe I'm still not. Okay. So I think what happened is something I kind of mentioned in the last video, but I didn't mention it in this context. And I know you can't see the mouse while I'm recording, which yeah, just double check that I am in fact recording. The mouse cursor, when the camera moves, it moves the cursor too, so that moves where you're aiming, so you have to kind of compensate for that, which can be kind of tricky. And what happened with this turret guy here is that I put the mouse right on him, and then when I jumped, it moves the cursor up, you know, when the camera moves up too, so it wasn't aiming in the right place anymore. So that's I wouldn't say I particularly like that aspect of it, but I guess you could say it's part of the skill of playing the game or something. You know, it's up to the developer how, you know, what kind of game they want to make in that regard. But certainly a sort of tricky aspect. And this time I remember this guy killed me like instantly because there weren't any projectiles that I noticed. It just kind of exploded on the little indicator things. Yeah, I guess it looks like it's supposed to be like a mortar type thing, looking at the actual enemy itself, but you don't see anything coming down. I don't know if that's just not implemented yet or what, but I actually picked up 2 of these weapons, which I apparently can't use out here because they're just gonna knock me off, so I'm not even gonna try and shoot at those. That's I mean, luckily I can just kind of, wow, these are going very fast. I can just keep moving and remain relatively safe, but interesting kind of design situation here where you have these weapons that will kill you if you don't have any. Oh my gosh, I hate it when they go through the doors. I really do. Especially when they're attacking you from off screen like that. That's pretty frustrating. But see, now I'm in here, I can actually use my weapons because there are walls. Wow, did you hear that? It's the okay, I was listening to the sound, wasn't paying attention so much, but it plays both the sounds at the same time. Well, not at the same time, but very close to the same time. And what happens is if you copy a sound and if you play like 2 copies of a sound and one of them's just offset by a tiny amount of time, then it'll do what they call phase cancellation, so it sounds like a washy sort of sound, or sometimes it's sort of like, they call it like airplaning. Another word for it is comb filtering. So it sounds weird like that because there was like 2 instances of the sound happening together. So what can you do about that? That's a good question. You can use 2 slightly different sound effects for each gun if you're holding 2 of them. That would fix it, kind of, as long as they're different enough. Or you could just have it not play more than one, which would probably be the simplest possibility. So if there's probably I don't use Unity or something, but there's probably an option to have that particular sound effect cut itself. So if you play the sound once, then you instruct the game to play the sound again while it's already playing, then it would cut the last instance of it and it'd just play one at a time. That would fix that, and it would probably sound fine in this case, I think. Alright, so I'm gonna want that freezy thing. I'm gonna attempt to see if I can get a little further. I have found the little shotgun thing. I kind of like the concept of it, but it just kind of seems like it's not very user-friendly. The knockback is kind of a big challenge with it. I think you could probably get away with making it a lot smaller. I mean, I guess I can also kind of try to manage it myself and just not always charge it all the way. Might make a big difference, but it was a little hard because you have to coordinate a lot and you have to try and guess how far it's going to shoot, and certainly harder to use anyways. Whether or not that's a bad thing is debatable. And that's annoying when it just doesn't quite reach. It feels like you're wasting your time, you know? I don't know where that went. It is hard to, oh my gosh, I thought he was going to blow up a lot sooner, but he kept coming at me. Yeah, I have no idea if that's hitting him. It doesn't look like it is. I don't know why, it's just difficult to aim that. I mean, I am trying to compensate a little when I jump here, but... Oh, it burned out? Or is it just... it's fully charged? Why isn't that hitting him? I don't know. I don't know. I guess I'll just have to get really close. Oh geez, it's pretty annoying when it just goes a little short. I don't know. I don't know what to suggest otherwise, but alright, if that didn't hit him I would have been upset. Let's see. We got 2 of these. Do I want to really? I guess I'll try again. I don't know if the damage scales or if it's useful to just kind of do it really close range if you just want to be like Daredevil about it. Get this again. Go through this part where I can't actually return fire realistically. Try not to get whomped. Alright, and I think these guys are gonna come right at me. Oh, that thing's still shooting at me. That sounds so weird. That doesn't even sound like normal phase cancellation. There must be some kind of modulation in the— oh, come on, really? Ugh. I did not think that was gonna happen. That's lame. I was saying there must be some kind of modulation of the sound in the game code. Not that that probably means anything to most people, but whatever. So, you know, obviously the fact that every single time I die in this game I have to start from the literal beginning is pretty crappy. You know, at least like having lives. I can't see I couldn't find my mouse for a second, it was like off the bottom. You know, having lives or something would obviously be a lot better. I took so much damage, I almost kind of want to just like restart, I think. Or another thing you could do if you're really hell-bent on making all these ledges that you can fall off of is just do like a Zelda and just make it like you just appear back on the stage and you have less health, that kind of thing. That would be like way more forgiving, and you could still keep your level design and everything. I still think that it's probably a bit much knockback on this gun, but that's just, you know, my opinion on that. I don't think there's a point to the green doodads at this point. Try not to get whomped by that thing, I can't see him. gonna try these guns again. I wonder if I can get away without even picking that up. Because I know this guy is kind of... seems almost impervious without freezing him. Oh, I can get that. That's helpful. Helpful to know that. Run! And I can actually cheat a little because I know about this now. Oh geez, that thing still got me. That hurts a lot. I do know you can't shoot down, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, it's just an observation. Oh wow, that actually worked. I didn't have to jump or anything, I don't know. I don't know why it worked, but it worked. Maybe it's just the hitboxes on this weapon that are a little more forgiving. Maybe the big balls or something are a little bigger. And oh jeez, I didn't see that guy. It's kind of an issue, weakness of the camera. So I'm low on health again, which sucks. I know there's health over here. It's not a lot though, I don't think. I can actually shoot at this guy though. Oh, those little walls on the corners. There it goes. Kinda wish those weren't there. Hit the right button. Alright, I killed that guy. I don't think there's... You know, I wish I could look over here. Because I can't help but wonder... Oh shoot, I tried to dodge him. Tried to dodge him and aim at the same time. I can't help but wonder, it kind of makes me feel like you could find something, some secret or something if you kind of persisted in this direction, but it doesn't appear that way. So these weapons are clearly much more forgiving than those shotgun things. Or that's stupid. Having trouble keeping track of my mouse here. The mouse is like just a tiny little thing compared to like the big explosions and bullets and everything, so it does get hard to keep track of. I think that's another... Yeah. Okay, so it's... The model appears to be larger when it's on the ground, which is not... that's probably even consciously done so, just so for visibility or something. I'm just making an observation. I want you to die. Alright, health please. More green stuff. Oh, I'm noticing the camera's moving. It's like, I don't know, just the novelty of it is nice for for some reason after staring in one direction for so long. It's actually really cool. It does something for me. Makes me think there should be a secret on the wall there or something. Wow, what was that? Like unlock the door, but I didn't do anything besides shoot the thing. I got full health. Oh, this looks like a boss. There's health before it. It must be a boss, right? There's no way back. Oh, here we go. It's a big rectangle tank. No. Well, that didn't work. What happens if you kill these? Anything? Probably just for decoration anyways. Looked like a couple of my shots weren't... It looks like the... I let him kill me. I started getting inquisitive there. It was looking like the big ground shots, these ones, weren't making the it wasn't making the boss flash when you hit him. and so it's kind of like it wasn't taking damage from it. I don't know if that was the case or not, but I'm gonna try and see if I can like well, I guess I can. I'm just gonna eat it from these guys. Alright, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start over real quick, and I'm gonna try and like speed run the level and try out the boss again real quick. Maybe not talk so much for a moment so I can actually play. Oh jeez, it's so fast. Yeah, I was hoping he'd keep going in one direction. You know, I kind of wish I could knock him back with the gun. Oh, that guy went off the edge. That would make him a lot more manageable, I think, just because. Please don't hurt me. Jump, jump, jump. Jeez, that sucks, man. Those bomb guys are just brutal. You can't like dodge them or anything. All you can do is shoot them. Maybe you can make them oh, come on. I don't like it when they attack you from off the screen. But the bomb things, maybe you can make them like stop in place for a moment and like before they detonate, so you have time to like move away from them, something like that. Okay, I have to go get the key. I was talking instead of playing. Okay. Run! Stupid. I guess I didn't need the key after all because I could. Oh, come on. I had to wait for my gun to reload because I missed the first time. I wasn't aiming right. So this thing's almost killed me again already. It's pretty rough, even just kind of trying to scoot through the game. I bet you, if you had some kind of a lob weapon that could like shoot downwards, that would be pretty neat, I think. Oh look, I did it from behind. I don't think I can cheat this door. I don't think there's a way up there. Those guys move really fast. I don't know if I'm hitting him, I guess I did. I don't know what is exploding. Are these things explosive? Apparently so. I don't know why those are explosive, they're just like jars. Alright, alright, more of these things. I'm gonna go examine the boss again and then see if I can kill it. Should be pretty manageable. Unless I do something stupid again. So there apparently is a key in there and it just goes straight in. Oh, poop on you. This does a lot of damage too. So that apparently those... Oh gosh. I was trying to get him to run into the thing, but he came too quickly. Yeah, can you see that? The big one doesn't make him flash. It just pops on him. Alright. That is a key. It's not dying. Why isn't it dying? Alright, so we got some cups. We got thanks for playing. I don't think there's anything else, obviously. So yeah. Still fun despite the frustrations, which are very real, but definitely some improvements over last time that were pretty obvious, and I think this would be a pretty fun game to play when it's more polished and more content, obviously. A lot of good things to say about it, and the potential of it especially, and I really for some reason like jumping on the walls and stuff and like bypassing the locked doors. It just felt really good for some reason. So hopefully this video gives you some more feedback and ideas. I'm looking down in the bottom left here. There are like I know you can't see my cursor, but there's in the HUD elements there are like arcs around the weapons, and one of them has like 4 of them. The other one has 1. I don't know what that is, where it came from. It kind of makes me think it's like a level or something, like maybe the one with 4 is more powerful. Even though I haven't noticed any difference, maybe it's something that isn't fully implemented, I don't know, but it'd be interesting to see whatever other kind of wrinkles that the developer has in mind. I would guess this, if anything, it might be out of like use, like maybe I killed more enemies with that particular weapon, so it got like experience, but I'm just guessing at this point. In any case, I'm gonna finish the video. Sweet game. Look forward to more of it, definitely. Kudos, and I will see you guys later.